Should be live momentarily.
You know, one of these days you won't be live momentarily.
And then my commentary will be a lie. Link is awake.
Also, what the heck is this new Twitch layout? This
It
is
is
odd.
interesting. Before we do anything in the game, let me first pretend like I'm gonna start a new file. Because apparently there's like secret music I was unaware of. Feel
Oh
like I'm
yeah,
getting
yeah,
audio.
yeah.
Let me turn it up on my end.
What is this, like, calypso music?
I don't know, man, but like I kind of wish the whole game sounded
I
like
don't know.
this.
I mean, I like it, but
Restream,
Huh.
you okay there? How many times has it shown that message? Or has that just been stuck there? Yeah, I'm not convinced it's ready to display messages. Let me try reloading that.
Meanwhile, listen to the music.
Anyway, we'll see if that fixes itself or not. Whoop, I can't type.
Glad you remembered how to spell that, because I certainly
I
didn't.
thought it was with two O's, but I saw it spelled this way in Skawo's playthrough. Yeah, I don't think that chat is working on screen, and I have no idea how to fix it. Yeah, let me test. Or could you test? Just type in one of the chats. But yeah, Torakeke's song.
Yeah, this song was in the original Link's Awakening. I don't remember where it was, though.
Totaka's song, more so.
think it was in a
Okay,
house
is working.
somewhere.
I must have just
Yeah.
turned off the fade out timer somehow. That's cool.
It's just letting you know that it's working all the time.
Maybe they changed what the parameter was called. Anyway, enough of that, all that.
I was like, wait, that's not Mario music.
So let us get started with the adventure going forward by not doing that at all and playing some more lottery stuff, wherever that is. That's not here, is it?
Lottery stuff? What do you mean?
Crane
Do you mean the
same
crane game?
difference. Oh, this is the shop.
Yeah, yeah, it's in the village there. Same difference, it's all luck.
I figured it would be more reasonably labeled than that. Yeah. Oh, there's a small pocket chomp there.
That's like the worst move, though.
Hey man, it lasts forever. Clearly that makes it the best.
As does every other move.
Oops, I overshot. Oh. I sort of figured that I would just hit A twice.
Yeah, you used to not get a heart piece from this, but yeah. The original Link's Awakening only had 12 heart pieces. This remake has 32.
Wow.
They added quite a bit more.
Okay, let's try this again now that I know what my controls are. I overshot again, so let's go for the hearts.
I want to say the original also had like 30-ish secret seashells, and now there's like 50.
Of which I found one?
One, I think.
Wow. I'm gonna burn all my rupees doing this right off the bat. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's not like you use rupees for much else anyway.
Yeah, man, I could be buying more bombs.
It's yours, my friend.
I got the Yoshi doll so easily. Well, at least that thing's very small, so it's easy enough to pick up. Now whether it stays, we're probably good. Ah, come on. I had it lined up perfectly one way. I might still get it. There we go, that looks decently solid. Completely inside of the crane. That's just a 20 rupee there, right? The red one? Or is it 10? If it were 10, that'd be kind of pointless.
I swear it's like different every game though, but usually, yeah, reds are 20.
Chow chow. Oh. Interesting. So this isn't secretly a living being.
Yeah, this is new. This, in the crane game, you get, like, Mario figurines that you can display in, like, houses in town or something.
Interesting.
I think it's just strictly, like, a cosmetic thing, you know? You just do it for fun.
Show up in my...
But then again, maybe you do get stuff out of it. I don't honestly know.
Do I have a limited inventory here? Or will this eventually scroll if I get enough things to fill in all the stuff? Or more so...
I assume you can only have one of whatever each
That would
thing
also make
is,
sense.
so...
Which one goes here? Piranha plant. Oh wait, there was another stand in there, I didn't see it. Well, presumably it'll go in the house with the chain jumps, that would only make sense.
Nah, she's already got enough.
But how much do they sell for in a neighboring town? That's the real question.
What neighboring town?
No stands in here. Well, I accidentally did a quest.
Yeah, I was hoping you would, like, stumble over on this.
Well, I know what to do with that, I believe, so... Let us continue.
I remember where most of the trade quest items go, but I don't remember where all of them go to.
So apparently... Oh no, here we go, probably. There we go. Fur coat? Alright. That's some very metallic fur. This the place? No, that's not a place. Canned food. Alright. Oh, well, I got some of those bananas. I don't suppose Marin wants more of them. Or not Marin, Terran, rather.
Same difference. So as a Kirby fan, I'm sure it's very cathartic to be able to kill
It's
those
just
guys.
weird. It's like, wow.
So yeah, just one hit.
So I was reading up, I forget where, and someone mentioned that, like, Link's sword radius is, like, a lot bigger in this game than the original. Like, it used to be it would go from, like, your
Yeah, I
right
wouldn't
to
be
right in front
surprised.
of you and have a little bit more end lag. But now it just goes all the way around to your left as well. And that's why it was so freaking hard to hit those, the moblins or whatever they were with the shield.
Well, from what I saw from a video, enemies with shields, you also have to, like, guard with your shield to be able to, like, knock them
Yeah,
over. Well, not knock them over, but just, like, be able to, like,
I
damage
mean,
them
that
after that.
seems to be the case now. I don't know if that was always the
Which
case.
you definitely didn't have to do in the original. In the original, it was just, like, hit them from the right angle, you know?
I'll
But it's a bit different in this remake.
have to figure out who wants these bananas eventually. I have bombs already, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess we could buy more. Oh, that was 200. Oh, wow. 980 seems like kind of suspiciously close to the max.
Yeah, it was always that price in the original, so...
Where's Bill when you need him?
It was pretty much like... Honestly, your only use for rupees in the original was just to get the bow and arrow. Like, after which you really didn't have much need for, rupees.
Well, I could look around for the banana, or I could stumble upon it later. And for the moment, just sort of head in the direction of progress, which I believe is this way. As are most things currently.
Well, you got the power bracelet last time, so anywhere there were rocks, you can now, you know, get past them. And there's quite a few areas which were blocking your progress.
That's right. Oh boy.
Pretty sure progress isn't this way, but there's still stuff to find with the power bracelet, so...
The prairie. Oh, maybe the prairie is another way? It looks like I can get there.
The prairie's to the right of the village. There were rocks blocking the path.
Could I
That gets you to, like, the main field part of the island.
get there via this?
No, it's to the right of the village, but
Very much.
there was a cave being blocked by rocks, so there is stuff to find,
It
like,
very
up
much
here.
looks like I can get there in this direction. Whatever, we'll see.
You might be able to.
Oh, well, now these guys are blocking it again, potentially, so maybe not.
No, you could get past these guys, remember?
Yeah, but I had a chomp last time.
You can go up here, remember? There's like a little spot to squeeze by. Huh, I'm just so glad you don't have to equip the power bracelet anymore like you did in the original. That was honestly, like, really annoying for me. And every time you brush up against a heavy object, the game doesn't stop to tell you, wow, this looks really heavy.
I was trying to read the sign, but okay.
I assume there's something still where the color dungeon used to be in the original, in like the graveyard, but I don't know the order to move the gravestones. I don't remember it.
So this is new. Just let me see if I can get anything here.
Given that there's so many more heart pieces, it's definitely like worth exploring now.
Zombies are a thing. I can just climb down this, can't I? This is a different area. I don't need to do this yet. Presumably.
Couldn't tell if that was a ladder or just like a ledge you would jump down.
It's a ladder. I jumped down assuming it was.
Yeah. Yeah, you were clearly climbing, so. Yeah, this way is like progress going right here. This is like the main field part of Koholint Isle.
Oh, well, it did say the prairie. I guess it wasn't specific about which.
The prairie is probably a pretty big area.
Oh yeah, there is just a loop around here. I like how the thing just landed on the sign.
Very durable signs, too. You know, I can't tell if it's weird that they kept the grass and like the original like tile-based structure, you know?
Yeah, presumably I should find out what that does. Let's check in here first. This is...
That's your warp.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
You activate them, and then that's a new
Didn't
warp
even notice.
warp point.
Alright, let's try this again.
Oh no, it's Wallace's gym. You can push blocks onto cracks, by the way.
Just trying to... I think this will work. I'll have to get that part piece some other way. Or maybe I won't. No, I think I will. Yeah, because I've not moved that yet.
Huh, I forgot this game had purple rupees.
Yeah, I think I'll need to reset that. How would I get that?
I think this is like... I don't think you can get the chest and the heart piece all in one go.
I gotta take a much more circuitous route to get there, I believe.
I see where you go.
I don't think that actually helped, did it? Out.
Push that to the right, the boulder above the skull. Push it to the right, and then push the boulder down, and then you can pick up the skull.
Oh, right, duh. I'm overthinking this considerably.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not that bad.
My Hotel Goomba skills are not applying here.
Ah, that was one of my favorites. I forgot about that minigame.
I
Thanks
loved it
for reminding
until
me.
I hated it when everyone learned all of the patterns. It was just a matter of, do it the fastest, like cut all the corners.
But, I don't know, that kind of makes it more fun, you know? Then it's more of a race than anything.
Well, it can't be as bad as Memory Lane from Mario Party 6, was it? The one where you just, like, follow the path a Shy Guy makes? It's, like, trivially easy to memorize.
If I saw the minigame, I would remember
It's,
it,
like,
definitely.
trivially easy to memorize.
I don't...
And then, like,
I didn't...
everyone just does the exact same thing, and then I think it just randomly picks a winner, because, like, you can buffer all your inputs.
Like, all the minigames from Mario Party 4, 5, 6, and 7, I remember, but not by name, so as soon as I saw the minigame, I'd be like, oh, I remember that.
I think it's in 6, because I think I can hear the music playing in my head if I, like, for, like, 2.5 seconds.
I just remember 6 was the one with all the, like, chore-themed minigames for some reason.
Yeah, all the 1v3 chore games.
Like, as if Mario is just throwing this party as an excuse to get people to do his chores for him.
One do we got here? Kanalet Castle. I am not at all going in the right direction.
That guy is a reference to some Japanese-only game, Richard. I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, the from
Isn't he an assist
yeah,
trophy in
from
Ultimate? Like, there's one that's either a frog or a snake.
for whom the frog no, for frog the bell tolls. That's it.
Sheesh, first frogs and then
I
pigs,
wonder
huh?
if this music is from his game. Also, I'm totally going to take this opportunity to like talk about random things for 2 minutes for absolutely no reason.
Oh yeah, this was the house in the original, right? That played the, Well, I guess we'll see.
Bum, 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 yada-da. Golden leaf. Alright.
Alright, we gotta make a trial stew out of this.
5 of them, apparently. I have a shovel, I believe. Whoops. Yes.
Yeah, I think you did buy the shovel, because, the bow and arrow was at the store.
I love, like, the little background horn part on this. Yeah, what's his name? Stephen Morris did a really cool cover of this, track recently. Look, man, I want to just set this pot down, but the game literally...
I want to say this was in the
me.
original. This was the house where you would hear, Tota... How do you pronounce it again?
Song is the guy.
Totaka, yeah, Totaka's theme. This is, I think in the original you would hear it if you stand in this house for like 2 minutes.
Everything checks out.
Because I think he did the music for whatever, this game was in Japan.
How long have I been waiting? Well, about 2 minutes, so I'll give it another minute. I mean, if they kept some music Easter eggs, surely they kept this one too.
Oh yeah, something I should like really tell you now is that you know how this game has bottles now? And you know how there's fairies you can put in bottles? And you know how usually the fairy is like an auto revive? It's not in this game.
I actually didn't know that.
You have to manually use fairies.
I actually didn't know that, so I wouldn't have known any better.
I didn't either until I saw a video today.
I didn't know they were auto revives, so I wouldn't have tried to make them auto revives.
Oh, okay. In every other Zelda game, they're auto revives, but in this game, they're like potions. You have to use them manually.
Ah, maybe they did get rid of the Easter egg. Oh no, there it is.
Maybe it's just all in the file select now.
Let me just plays the last note wrong. Frogs, let me get out, please. I know I've been here a while. I'm not getting that comfortable. Well, hello. Like I was just like, well, I guess they took it out, like right when it happened. Alright, anyway, let's go back towards the way of progress.
But you don't even know where progress is.
Oh, keys. I don't have this key, do I? Slime deal.
No, most dungeons need like a key to get in them. Clearly Dragon Quest inspired, right?
Indeed.
Speaking of which, I'm playing Dragon Quest XI, the demo on Switch, and it's really fun.
Oh yeah, the demo is like super like big.
It's 10 hours or
I
something.
could really get the demo, I guess.
Yeah, it's free. It's a demo. You know, I'm glad they got the idea to like, you know, for a bigger RPG, maybe we should make the demo like pretty sizable so that people get a feel for it.
RPGs.
And then end the demo at like the most like the worst time to get people hooked.
I've played RPGs that are shorter than that demo, from what I've heard.
Depends which RPGs you mean.
I don't think I'm gonna be needing those magic powders that too much anyway.
I mean, you could easily beat Superstar Saga in under
Yeah.
10 hours. But I'm a completionist, so it takes me like 15 to 20. I don't remember these fountains having fairies flying around, but I guess they wanted to make it more like the other games.
I mean, if there weren't bottles, there wouldn't have been need for them.
I mean, fairies were in the original, but just, you know, they were just things you collect as heals, not things you could store.
They wouldn't have any need in a fairy place in particular.
You see, Breath of the Wild Link's got the right idea. He doesn't need bottles for fairies, he just stuffs them in his pocket.
Alright. More bomb stuff over here. I like how that resets the timer, Mario Maker style.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Whoop, hello. Well, that ain't it. You mean literally tackle? Well, that's not it either.
Yes, yes, it does.
Do I need Pegasus boots for this or something?
You probably do. Which I have heard that are their own button in this game, which is really nice. Just like Link Between Worlds.
Oops. This is fine.
Just whack it with the shovel. Like Animal Crossing. Yeah, you can use the shovel like anywhere, by the way, so if you think an area is suspicious, be sure to dig there.
Are you telling me that the slime key is just randomly sitting around someplace?
In a random tile on the overworld, yeah.
Well, really, you have anything to tell me other than to check out the library?
So did you hear about this library?
What?
By the way, I do know a spot where you can use the shovel for a shell that you missed already. But that's like the only one I remember, so...
I really love that you have to like tackle these guys with the
feather.
jumping sword stuff. That must have been obnoxious in the original game. But that
No, not really.
Comprised all of your actions to do.
Yeah, I probably spent like 50% of the game just always have the sword and the feather on my two buttons.
Alright, still nothing.
Which I'm really glad they changed for this remake, because now you can actually use your shield. Because in the original you had like no use for your shield, since it took up one of your button slots. And yeah, progress, by the way, is you want to help Richard get his leaves back.
Oops, this is his place. I'm not waiting another 3 minutes. This isn't, oh. Yeah, no, I was like, what's the name? Like, Peaceful Rest Valley?
What's that game again?
I can't believe to say Grateful Dead Valley. I think that's what it's called in Japanese. It's like, that's definitely not the name.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have flown in 90s
No,
era Nintendo.
That's not the area though. You're thinking it's called Grapefruit Falls, where Belch's base was.
Is it really? Yeah, I guess it's a different area.
Yeah, Peaceful Rest Valley is going to Happy Happy Village. Grapefruit Falls is behind Saturn Valley.
This looks... Whoops.
Hey, look, a very suspicious tile set here.
Well, that's not where I would have pegged that, but okay.
You know, you think that a bomb would like also be able to like dig up the ground a little bit. But what will you do with it? Sell it to Tom Nook, obviously.
You know, let's keep the shovel on there so I don't accidentally use up, like, depletable supply of stuff.
Just keep dropping bombs everywhere.
I assume I can't swim at the moment.
No. But Link does make a very hilarious noise every time he drowns.
Indeed.
Reminds me of Sonic Boom. Whenever the characters would fall in water, they'd make very hilarious noises.
See how accurate that time is? You know, I can't imagine you're gonna say anything different than you did, like, a minute ago, so I think we'll leave you be. I can surprise them from behind, too. Martha's Bay. Oh, hello. Stairs.
Isn't that a place in Massachusetts?
Wouldn't doubt it.
Or am I thinking of Martha's Vineyard? I'm sure the bay is called Martha's Bay. I don't know.
Nope, can't get that at the moment.
If it is geographically described as a bay, anyway.
That doesn't look jumpable.
I want to say this is the cave where Vinny got a game over. Like, I saw a clip where he walked into the water there, forgetting he couldn't swim, and then that caused him to get a game over.
I didn't even notice that the water level changed. I was hoping I could just crush him with it.
Well, maybe if we're lucky, this game will have a water temple.
There we go.
Hey man, those are always the best dungeons.
Wow. Surprising nothingness here. Oh, never mind.
I want to say this was a cave that has a wall you can blow up, but it's not marked. Because this game has a few caves like that, where it's just like, drop a bomb here, even though there's no cracked wall. Can you poke walls with your sword like you could in the original? If you have your sword out, like a spin attack, and then you rub against the wall, Link will poke it with his sword.
Are these the only two warps I should have access to at the moment, or have I just missed the rest somehow?
Well, the first one you activated, I definitely remember being the first one. But I think I've heard this remake added more warp points. Just like Superstar Saga 3DS.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hey, good old Zora's.
Ah. Dang it! There we go. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to do that or not. This takes some precision. Oh, and it's no good anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're very much not supposed to be able to do that.
Not worth the effort.
Oh, I'm sure in the original you could, like, very easily.
I don't know, man. You were probably more gridlocked then than you are now. Watch me just die trying to get back over.
You would think that, but not really. Like, you could kind of slip around holes pretty easily.
Alright. Where have I yet to go? Where is the actual castle that I keep not going to? Oh, it's to the right of the cemetery.
Well, well, you remember that sign that said to the right? You kind of just went down from there, so pretty sure you could just keep going right from there.
That was a profitable sword swing. 2 hearts for 1 swing.
2 for the price of 1, Grandma.
Sorry, I'm gonna... No? Just get no comments. No one's watching, I guess. That's cool.
And then you realize there can only be 2 messages on screen at once.
Just blocking all the rest.
Well, there's no one in Twitch chat, at least. Try leaving a bomb to the, like, left and rightmost walls in that cave. I don't remember if there's actually something in there. I'm sorry, you're not Mario. You can't jump on top of enemies.
Like an actually pretty well-marked crack in the wall, actually. Need to be looking out for that sort of thing.
Huh. I couldn't tell just by glancing at it, but I guess there is. Well, if you poke walls with your sword, if you can blow up like a wall with a bomb, it'll make a different noise.
You can't poke them with your sword anymore.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, hey, if they changed every instance of, like, bombable walls to just be marked with cracks, then I'd say that's a good enough change. Yeah, and when I say poke the walls, you have to have your sword out like you're doing a spin attack.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's how in the original you would check if a wall could be, like, you know, interacted with. Because the original definitely had some, like, totally unmarked walls that you just had to know you could blow up.
I assume you can't blow this up. What is the point of this? Yeah.
What, that rock? In the original, it was like... It was part of, like, the wall, so you couldn't... I don't know. It was weird. If I showed you what it looked like in the original, it would make sense why that's there. It was basically just there to keep you going more right, because of, like, layering and such.
Can't imagine where. It's like I really can't, because the game is not letting me place things. Wow. These are about as well marked as chuckle beans.
They should have just had every secret seashell marked with an X on the ground.
Like, they're always not quite where I expect them to be.
What would you say is, like, the stupidest chuckle bean in the original?
Easily, like, there's this whole class of them where, like, the only indication they exist is this little, like, equal sign shaped patch of grass on the ground in the Chucklehuck Woods, which is really, really subtle. There's one of those inside an area that only Luigi can burrow under. And
oh yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
And you have to come back out of the ground in that exact location.
Yeah, you have to know, because you can't check that area with Mini Mario, right?
It's impossible to get it.
So you just have to know.
A ways under a fence, and then come up in a very specific spot. I don't think I've gone this way.
Yeah, because getting the beans in the original was kind of picky. No, thankfully you have very clear tile-based spaces in this game.
What the point of this whole area was. Probably hidden stuff all over the place. It's like, otherwise, why would one go into this area? I guess for...
I want to say at least that whole cave area is just for that seashell.
This looks castle-y. Whoa, hello. Tektites? Is that what these are?
The spider-looking guys that jump
These
around?
things here, or are these just regular spiders? With fewer legs?
They're probably Tektites. So Tektites usually jump around.
Maybe I'm just not giving them the chance.
Maybe they're like baby gomas or something.
Well, this is clearly how I'm not how I meant to go in here. How I'm not meant. Are you who this whole prairie is named after? Repay him! Wow, was this one actually necessary for the plot?
Yeah, it is mandatory to get the trading quest up to this point.
Interesting.
But I'm pretty sure from the rest of the sequence is just for side questy stuff. Okay, at least it's not like Link to the Past where you had to pay the monkey to open the dungeon for you. You take it.
Ness took it.
Link and there was a stick.
So to say, there's gotta be... Presumably there's some way into the castle from here. Otherwise...
You could go left, remember?
Oh, I don't know, man.
But you're basically, yeah, you're basically like circling the outside of the castle.
This is a side-scroller now, man. Left doesn't exist, despite the fact I have to go left. Wow, that was bizarre. A fade out when I'm like 30% of the way up the screen. Can I light this?
I think those are just decorations.
Yeah, it appears that
I
way.
don't remember those being there in the original. Yeah, now you see what you gotta do with the shield guys. Bump them with your shield.
It's like that swordplay game in the Wii Sports Resort.
I never had that.
You just endlessly Z-target and wait for...
So there are 5 golden leaves around the castle to get, because that's what Richard wants.
Aha. Well, there's one.
I remember one buried, but I don't remember where it was buried.
It'd be nice if I could just open this from the back. It's not that inconvenient to go around now.
And now we go to Oso Castle.
Sorry, man. I guess I just can't approach you. I gotta stand in one place. I think I walk
Yeah, oh yeah,
around
you
this
basically gotta let him swipe at you.
That's how I open the way to the pyramid, I think, if I walk in a star pattern.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I could just, like, walk directly into him.
Or I guess that does work. Okay, never mind.
This guy is a hardy fellow. This is going to be the area of kill all the enemies that you haven't seen a billion times. And then
Yeah,
get
pretty
your
much.
relief. Did that guy respawn? Like, I guess... I have a hard time telling apart the shielded and non-shielded variants of these, apparently. I suppose if there's a place that one has to dig, this seems like a reasonable place. Under one of these rocks.
Or the dirt patches.
Oh yeah, there is just kind of this dirt patch here. Which, if the shells have taught me anything, mean there's something hidden slightly to one side of it. I needed all those hearts anyway. I'll do once more around and make sure there aren't any suspicious things I missed. Whatever, man. I guess it's just grass. Clearly you have to fall in that middle hole there.
You know, to be fair, this was always a section of the game that I could, like, never remember well. Also, that there is an anti-fairy. It's not a bubble, the one that bounces around. Try hitting that thing with your magic powder. Wow, this really is kill all the things.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the anti-fairy turns into a real fairy when you do that. I remember that from Link to the Past, but I was actually unsure. I was like, wait, could you still do that in this game? For a sec, I thought that guy dropped a heart piece. It kind of looked like it from at a glance.
And now all the enemies respawn directly on top of me.
Or is this like the later Mario and Luigi games where it's like every 11th enemy respawns?
These definitely don't look suspicious in the slightest. I suppose I asked for that.
I didn't remember that. I really didn't remember that's what you had to do. Huh.
Oh, hello. That guy doesn't look suspicious either. Convinced that
I'm sure you could do it this way, but that would take forever.
this is the Dark Souls of of Zelda games. It's within the game's rules to do it, so I'm gonna do it this way. Dang it!
Well, just so you know, way later in the game, there is actually a mini boss where you have to kill it this way, and it's really annoying.
Oh, there's. Now I gotta hope that stays there.
It like blinks away and vanishes after a while.
Thank you for the one bomb. I guess I accidentally discovered his weakness, or at least what the game wants me to do. Ah, come on, man.
Door. Because throwing a bottle at it is the only way to open that door. Like, it is obvious in hindsight, but I remember playing the original, and I did get stuck there. I wasn't sure how to open the door. I was, like, looking around for a switch or something somewhere.
See.
Just assume anything in the original was a lot more cryptic.
It's the 90s.
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of weird, because Link's Awakening was, like, more of a cryptic game than Link to the Past was. Like, whereas in A Link to the Past, every single, like, bombable wall was marked with a crack. They changed it back in Link's Awakening so that only some of them are marked. Did you get 5 leaves? I wasn't keeping track.
I did, I believe. Oh, now I have to... Hello, Marin, what are you doing out here? You're Terran, dang it. Sheesh, man. Can't. I don't know what you aim to accomplish from this. Hey, you got a honeycomb. The stick became the honeycomb?
Yeah, that's what it said in the original.
You're not sure how it happened.
You're not sure how it happened.
Okay, then. If you insist, game. Oh, which way was Richard's place again?
It was like down south.
Oh yeah, here it was, way down here. Have I never been to this area? I guess not. Let me go check that out. Assuming it's reachable.
It's like south of the graveyard? Oh no, you can't get there. I know what that place is.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's for later. You can't get there.
That's this, like, area here, probably.
If I'm remembering right, that's where the desert is. And you can't get there.
Oh no, that's not here, then. And in fact, I've been in there, so I don't know what this key accomplishes. Hello, didn't see that.
Why even is that hole there? That's weird. Oh wait, alright, I guess it's for later, never mind. I forgot you actually do go through that, like, huge garden area. Well, hey, maybe if we're lucky, another certain, like, frog character from another game will make a cameo later.
What, are you insinuating that Toad is in this game?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, hello. This is... Now I see why this is named this.
Yeah, and, admittedly, I never did like this, like, area back here.
Dang it. Well, at least this sequence broke this a little bit. Up. Oh, you actually have to make
That's
this
a new...
jump.
Yeah, that's a new hard piece.
come on, game.
You know, in the original, I swear you could make 2 tile gap jumps like a lot more easily.
Yeah, maybe I'm going about this the wrong way, trying to do these corner jumps.
Well, hey, you got it. Now you have to get back.
Woohoo! A key. That appears to be a mere small convenience more so than anything else. Wow, guess I can't get this rupee then.
Well, that's a tease.
Unless this does other things, which it does, presumably. The key can't do what it looks like it's meant to do.
What does it look like it's meant to do?
I guess I don't know.
Like, not sure what you mean there.
I mean, you'd think it would open a door or something right where it is. Not open some mechanism a good 10 feet away.
No, it's like the key. It's just like the keys in the riddle tower.
Walk a good ways around to get there, too. Wow.
Yeah, I never did like that. It's like, here, open the dungeon, and now just, like, have to walk all the way around to actually get in there.
How far do I have to walk around?
Good ways.
I think I'm walking the wrong way.
You got to that entrance earlier,
Uh,
where you're, like, jumping on the islands on the little, like, pond area.
I think I do have to go around this way. That's a heck of a distance. If so, though.
You know, I definitely like this game, but I honestly always found the map design a bit cumbersome.
I didn't mean to do that. Please respawn. Did I seriously come from like a completely different direction here? Oh, no matter, we can use this to probably speed things up a little bit.
It's weird, because it's like, I don't honestly remember how you got there. Like, the entire midsection of Link's Awakening, I always found a bit hard to remember the exact layout somehow.
This is sometime I got here. I think this goes through, though. This doesn't get me where I want.
I want to say you can dig up here on the, like, ledge up there. Maybe? I don't remember. It just looks like something would be there.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, doesn't look like it. We've
Fair enough.
gone and ruined this perfectly clean and green grassy area. think this is where we want to go. Okay, here we go. That took long enough.
Because, you know, the statue with the keyhole couldn't just, like, move or something.
Given that this is on the water, this would be a reasonable place to learn how to do underwater
How to
things.
swim? I mean, you would think that, wouldn't you? But I do remember what you get in here. Hey, look, bomb bombs. Which, I don't know why, but I always thought these bombs look kind of creepy with those eyes. I don't know why.
Hey, that's not what I would have expected those to do.
Yeah. They turn into pinballs. Oh, wow, I forgot there was even a chest in this room.
We do at least get to deal with those, presumably. That or I'm doing this all out of order. Just...
No, you gotta backtrack through after a future dungeon.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past 90s Zelda, man.
Nah, that's not usually like a thing they ever really make you do. Well, I say that as I can think of an example where Ocarina of Time does it, so never mind.
You really want me to have those Pegasus boots.
There's like a dungeon in Ocarina of Time where it's like, to get one of the golden skulltulas, you have to come back as an adult with the hook shot, no less.
Is that force damage, or did I just not get out of the way in time?
I don't know, honestly. I'm sure you could have moved away. At least hopefully. You can probably assume what'll spawn there.
I imagine I probably can. To make sure I wasn't missing something. I think there was a direction I haven't gone yet, but so long as there is still progress. Well,
Life has many doors indeed.
Heh. When has up ever gone wrong?
It is the key cavern, so...
This is fair.
It's a shame the master key item from the first two Zelda games never made a return. What even are those things? I can barely tell.
Whoops. There we are. He took damage that time.
I think the bomb like exploded like a frame before he teleported in there.
Shoot, I was... Sigh.
I remember this being easier in the original, but I don't remember what I did. Huh.
shades of Mario Galaxy.
How
no.
so?
Wait, really? Freaking really? Don't make me redo that. I don't have the bombs to do it. Okay, I was gonna say. It's just like, and now it's gone forever. There's like a secret room that has like a.
I swear that
billion
moved.
rupees
I
in
swear
it.
that moved like way slower in the original.
Do I have to do this stuff in order?
Don't think so. No. Pretty sure that's only ever a mechanic in the last dungeon and like nowhere else.
You mean the previous or the last?
Yeah, yeah. The previous dungeon. Like that's only a thing in that dungeon. You never see that mechanic again.
Shame that bombs are so hard to replenish.
You know, I swear that like enemies would drop them in the original, but maybe they didn't. I don't remember. I don't think you have to kill this guy though.
Oh.
Pretty sure he's just there to be in the way.
Guess I'm not going to.
Yeah, this makes me wonder if it's like, I'm pretty sure those other 3 rooms that you went into, like, you don't actually, I guess you wouldn't have to do those rooms if you knew which way to go.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that's true now that
Like, when I think about it.
Do I even have anything else to attack at a distance?
If you somehow had the money for the bow and arrow, I guess. You know, in the original, I remember, like, using the Rock's Feather to, like, jump, and I was able to, like, hit them that way as they appeared. I don't know. Or you could just do that, I guess. Huh. Never thought about that.
That is very touchy, especially for the further one. Yeah, it's easier with a Rock's Feather. Oh gosh, unless he spawns in the corner again. Sigh. Not worth it.
Or maybe it would be worth it, I don't know.
I'll go back.
That very much looks like a key room.
I'll go back later when I have 10 bombs. I don't know where I'd get those, though.
Oh, the original. Yeah, okay, never mind, it's right there. Jeez, I'm starting to turn it into Chugga Conroy where I'm like, in the original. In Japan.
Wow, rupees. That was well worth my time. path as well. Let's try that one more time. With bombs this time.
Like, I don't know. I totally forgot about these enemies, but that's just because I remember them being a lot easier to deal with in the original.
And with bombs, they're not bad.
Yeah, but I don't remember using bombs is the thing, or like needing bombs.
Wrong freaking button.
Speaking of needing bombs.
Well, I guess that guy was pickier.
These guys were super picky in the original, I remember. Yeah, these enemies, they're called Dodongo snakes, which makes their, like, what to do a lot easier to figure out. If you know how Dodongos usually work in the series.
Oh, that was a waste of a fairy.
I mean, hey, it still healed you.
I don't actually have any more bombs, unfortunately. Wait, really? I can't push this either way? I guess I'm gonna have to get more bombs. Let's hope the ones in that other room respawned.
Respawn bomb. That almost rhymes.
They have not. That's problematic.
Oh wait, they don't? I swear they used to. Oh, that's that's very peculiar.
I'll try leaving the floor. I don't remember how
Wow, I
have to go
really
through
don't
that.
remember using bombs this much in this dungeon, huh?
Eventually, we have to unroll this dungeon to the point where we can get the Pegasus boots, presumably.
Yes, that is what you get from this dungeon, but...
That was a thing. Like, oh, these have respawned now, so... 'Cause these weren't here before, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay. Huh.
We'll go back now, then. In fact, all of these respawned when they weren't previously there. Ten should be enough to work with. Don't know why those decided to respawn then, and only then. Oh, come on! That works. Not what we were going for.
Yeah, these things were like never really fun to have to deal with. Because I mean, there's like no challenge to this, you know. Like they don't attack you or anything; they're just kind of there.
those Super Paper Mario enemies. Except a little bit more
The
obnoxious.
schlurps. That are just there to waste your time, basically.
At least these guys can awkwardly make you refuse. Like, they can, you could have to try again.
Well, at least you didn't have finite bombs in SPM. SPM sounds like a brand of sunscreen or something when I say it out loud.
This is at least a little bit of convenience. That should make those.
And then they respawn.
I should hope those don't respawn. I was trying to get more bombs. Anyway, we now have a key. We may have already had a key, actually. But now we have a key and a new
Probably had a
door.
lot of keys in this dungeon.
Okay, this doesn't look immediately helpful. I need another key from elsewhere. Where haven't I been yet? Looks like I might not have been this way. There was also stuff that required me to hit an orange and blue switch, which I did have access to at some point.
Oh yeah, that stuff. Well, I know of one key you could get, but you would need the Pegasus boots.
Wish I had a beak. I'm sure that means something.
Oh, did you not see what you could probably have done in that room?
Not yet.
Like, take a good look at those floor tiles in that past room. Wow, these are like Mario Sunshine bombs that actually count down.
You weren't very specific about what I could do down with, though.
Yeah, that's Link's Awakening for you.
You would have been more specific if I had the beak. I mean, I suppose I could try every single thing in my inventory as well. Is this just a shortcut, or is this a different hub room? No, this is...
No, it's the same hump room.
yeah, just a loop. Oh, cool. Now I have to... These guys are less annoying to deal with than the other kind, honestly. It's just one well-timed sword swing and they're out of range.
But does Link make a very funny noise if a bomb explodes on him?
The never-breaking key that opens the rest of the no, I guess
Of
not.
the game in every future dungeon.
The bad key machine. That's used for, like...
I know. It's funny that like the game like makes you think that you might need that later on for like future dungeons, but nope.
Alright, where did I... Okay, this is where.
The tried and true Zelda, oh no, I'm missing a single key sort of thing. Although in this case, we still need 2 more keys.
Oh, we have a beak. I don't know how much help that gives.
Was there a switch anywhere for those blocks?
Which
Those
blocks?
the blue and orange ones?
Yeah, there was.
Where was the switch for that?
I didn't realize this was all one floor. How did I not realize that? Okay, so... Yes, there was a switch. I've hit it already. I didn't have access to that before.
Because I know where one key is, but I don't remember if you need the Pegasus boots for it or not. Because if you kill all the enemies in this room, including that red slime over there,
Yeah.
a treasure chest spawns.
I don't have the means to do that yet, but now I can get this one.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, cool! A map!
Okay, then.
That one was worth it. Well, that tells me nothing. I keep getting my... dang... keep getting my circle buttons mixed up. This is why the D-pad was invented. So I can tell things apart. I don't think I can get that bottommost chest yet, but I can double check.
I don't remember. Like, could you throw a bomb at that, like, black hole thing?
Which black hole thing? I don't recall. I don't know which room you're talking about.
That's the room you're going to.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like, I don't remember if you can kill that with a bomb or not.
Apparently I lose a bomb if I try to carry it into the room.
Wow, what is this, color splash? Just gets removed from your inventory.
Yeah, there's no way I can throw that far.
Oh, okay.
Clearly the real solution is to grind 980 rupees.
I'm sure it's possible, but... Or you could just steal it, you know?
Alright, let's check that other one again. Because there's nothing on the other floor, right? Yeah. These warp points are really picky about their hitboxes. I don't currently have a key. I have no access to that chest, as far as I know, and I don't recall what was blocking me from the other. Actually, maybe I can't push these. Not in this direction, I can't. Yeah, not seemingly anything I can do in there just yet.
Well, you could move that bottom one, maybe. That block in there? Like, you could have moved the bottom block to the left, and then the middle block up to get through, I think.
Could I have?
Possibly? I don't know for sure, but it looked like something you could have done there.
Oh yeah, but now do I have a way out? Oh, I guess not. But I don't need it now.
Oh, I did not know the Pegasus boots were in there. Okay, well that solves everything. And it's on the L button, right? The Pegasus boots?
I didn't read the prompt. What does this do exactly? You can jump further.
What, the Pegasus
Oh, but
boots?
I can push this out of the way. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, it's just like a Link Between Worlds. It's on the L button. That's nice.
I jump this much further?
Yeah, if you combine the dash with the Rock's Feather, you can jump further. That's how you cross 3
Oh, wow.
tile block spaces.
The Nightmare's Lair.
But you still got 2 keys to track down. But we know where they are, so no biggie. Oh, can you move? Wait, you can move up and down when you dash?
Not
Like
really.
you can slightly change your course?
Only very slightly, and it's kinda...
Well, still, it's an improvement over all the others where you can only move in a straight line, so I guess that's cool. But yeah, I'm so glad the boots are on their own button now, because in the original, it's like, oh, I guess I gotta equip the boots, and now I gotta equip this, but now I don't have the sword, so...
Yeah, what if I want to do a running jump slash?
No such thing.
What game would Link have a move like that in?
I don't know, but if he had it, he could probably spam the heck out of it.
Look, man, I just want to get out of the room. Just to not hit any of those guys. Just walk straight through them.
Did you get that, the room with a black hole in it?
Yeah, I got
Or did
that.
I space out? Oh, okay.
Kind of weird that the A button does like nothing now in this game, unless you're doing a context-sensitive action, like opening a
Hey, it's
chest
an
or
improvement
something.
over the original, man. Like, seriously.
Wow, that is rupees.
Oh, okay then. Huh. You're overjoyed. I don't remember it being that much in the original G's.
Oh, I have 2 keys. But they're both small keys.
So yeah, you can open those key blocks
Or
in the middle of the dungeon.
no, I have a small key and a large key. I mean, I guess the large key is
Oh,
gonna
okay.
open the other one, because I don't have any other source of keys as far as I can tell.
Maybe it does. I don't recall. Huh.
It's weird, because it doesn't look any different from the other opening.
Like I feel like I remember like one game where yeah, like the boss like key does go into like just a block or something. Huh.
Just because there's nowhere else it could go.
Unless you hear a jingle in a room.
I keep this all the way to the boss fight.
Does it still override the dungeon music though?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Never mind. I do need a key.
Hmm.
Apparently. What did I miss?
Well, you have the compass, so when you go in a room, it'll make a jingle if there's a key in there or a treasure or something.
Oh, there's a second. No, that's just where those stairs go. That's a separate set of stairs, though. Okay, clearly one of these sets of stairs I've not actually been down yet.
And I'm trying to remember if there's still like a wall you can bomb somewhere that I might have forgotten.
I don't see anything suspicious at the bottom of this room.
You haven't been hearing any jingles, have you, when you enter a room?
Nope.
Hmm.
Look at me, stumped on, like, the third dungeon.
Hey man, this game has some hard dungeons, so...
I do not understand where, like... Like, every single... I've interacted with everything on the map but that one lock. As far as the icons are currently telling me. I can't go in that third staircase yet. So what am I missing? Guess we'll just check all the rooms individually.
Yeah, maybe. Was there not an area where you were like... They had those enemies in it and you were like, I'll come back to that later? Or did you eventually come back to that later?
Well, I don't think I ever killed this guy, but, Oh. Like, the first of the... Actually, I don't know, now that you mention it. I thought I did.
There's like 2 of those guys, I think.
Yeah, I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. If that's the case, then I guess we'll have to keep in mind that it can't show me things that don't yet exist. Even though...
Yeah, the map can show you treasure chests, but it can't show you where like small keys can just pop down from the ceiling.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I did this already.
Yeah. You could probably dash into these guys. Okay, yeah, I guess you have.
Yeah, might as well check all the rooms, though. And use this bomb guy while we're at it. Yeah. I'm quite aware. Okay, we haven't been in here yet, apparently.
Oh, really? Huh.
I see. It's a one-way hidden door.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I was gonna say, I'm like, when you can't think of anything else, it's probably a wall you can blow up. Do you see that space between the torches there? Down there?
Which one?
Those torches on the wall right down there? Like those 2 torches?
Yeah? What about it?
Can you drop a bomb there for a while? Probably not, but I know there's a dungeon somewhere in this game where there's like 2 torches together and you would bomb between there. It's probably a later dungeon though. Okay, yeah. Guess not. Probably later then.
bad you can't corner with that as easily as you can in some other games. I'm just thinking of Mother specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe hitting it in that direction wasn't a good idea. Okay, maybe hitting it in any direction isn't a good idea. Well, that certainly took effort. I will take the free hill, thank you. Can't imagine movement for the speedrun of this must look really interesting. I mean, not counting the fact that they've apparently found some crazy glitches in this game already.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Righty then. Oh, we have thwamps. Meat thwomps.
Yeah, this looks like from like Super Meat Boy or something.
Alright, that's not what we're meant to do. I didn't think that was gonna work.
Well, this is later in the dungeon, so it probably wants you to use the item or something.
That would make some degree of sense. I actually have to kill these guys? Whoops.
You keep trying to beat these guys with bombs, but I'm pretty sure this room is trying to tell you you could dash into them.
Yeah, I figured that out, and then I dashed right out the door.
It's like something from a Tom and Jerry skit or something.
What? How many keys have there been in this dungeon?
At least like 8.
I'd guess at least 12.
Yeah, probably.
Neener, neener. Indeed.
It's like the only game where the bosses actually talk.
It's a Metal King slime. Close enough.
I mean, you did need the slime key to get in here, so... God, I still don't like that font they use there.
Okay, that doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, presumably the I part of his name might come in handy.
Well, it is a Zelda game.
Seems like something you'd find in a Yoshi game.
Oh, like a Salvo the Slime from Yoshi's Island? Or no, I'm thinking of the slug guy from World 5. Oh, you gotta split them up somehow.
Dang it. Stay that way for a sec. Okay, that's apparently not it.
Yeah, you're close though.
Okay, that's not it.
Do you want to know?
Well, dang it. You dig, obviously.
Yeah, just bring out the shovel.
You can't jump that. I should use my... Alright, so what am I doing wrong here?
You need to dash. You need to dash between where they're about to split up.
I tried that and I missed, apparently.
It didn't look like you tried that. It looked like you just tried to slash it normally.
I definitely tried it at least once.
Oh, do you get stunned when they land? I don't remember them, like, I don't think they used to do that.
I should really stand anywhere but on the front wall.
Yeah. I also don't remember you having to hit the eye specifically. Like, I'm pretty sure in the original you would just hit them anywhere and it would deal damage. But hey, this is a Zelda game. Every boss has got to have its one eye thing.
Yep.
Hey, at least you don't have to hit it with the bow and arrow, right?
I don't know, that seems easier. At least I'm at a distance. We got a bell. Okay.
So,
I
a
guess-
cello, a bell, and I forget what the other one was.
some means of horn.
Oh yeah, it was like a conch or something. Conch horn, maybe?
I mean, Pac-Man says that bells and keys go well together, so who am I to judge? Waterfall. For there's always something hidden in the waterfall. I should have just, like, if I saw a waterfall at all, I should be like, make a note of that.
Yeah, just try and walk behind it or something.
Do we ever get to find anything more about this owl? Is the owl secretly the windfish?
He is an owl, I guess.
The Yana Desert. This turned into Kirby's Epic Yarn now.
No, I first think of the Yucca Desert from Mother 1. Is it gonna have really nice music there?
Well, I mean, judging by the rest of this, probably. I should put something else on that so I don't accidentally waste all my bombs.
Well, no, we've established that like this game only has like one overworld theme, unless you're at Telltale Heights.
Yep. Well, there's this whole right side we've yet to be at. There's this desert we can now presumably get into.
You see the tiny little square below you? That's the desert.
Yeah. Whoops, wrong way. That's very
You get there from, I want to say the beach. Like, there's an area you can now explore to get to the desert, but I don't remember what it was.
Can I
Well,
check-
obviously it's gonna need the Pegasus boot somehow. Yeah, you can't clear this at all, sorry.
Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you gave it an honest try.
After how jank that, like, jump earlier over the 2 looked, I'd believe anything. It's just cathartic to be able to cut all this stuff at once. What do I have now? A honeycomb?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can now buy that heart piece. And perhaps
Do
some
you
other
take
stuff.
honeycombs, sir?
I forget if I've ever talked to this little guy. Actually, I don't think I've been in here. Let's do that first. Ooh. Okay, you're not friendly. Neither is the ground.
Wow, that guy did a lot of damage.
Yeah, also, wow, I didn't even notice that. I just got
He
destroyed.
took like 2 hearts or something.
Did more than 2, I think.
Yeah, I think it is 3 actually.
Just got obliterated by that guy. Oh, I just came in here with 5, never mind.
I'm curious what these things are called, because it's like, I hope it's something Waddle Dee. Pretty sure you can just dash through these guys.
Not if I'm in the air, I can't. We'll try it again.
After a few more deaths, I guess. Like, I don't know, these things always just looked like elongated Waddle Dees to me.
With mouths. I love the music in here. That would have been useful a second ago.
I don't remember this area having any special music, so... I don't remember what it sounds like.
Oh, this is apparently not the mystical sort of instrument. This is just a standard one.
Yeah, just a regular old ocarina.
You
Which was also in Link to the Past, by the way, but it was called the flute or something.
Nobody knew what an ocarina was back then. We hadn't had Earthbound Beginnings to elucidate us.
Though I guess it's better than Zelda 1, where the flute was called a recorder, like canonically. Because that's an instrument people like hearing, right?
I mean, it's 8-bit. No one's gonna tell the difference.
That was always such a weird, like, I don't know, that's such a weird area to me. It's just like, this is like random building that you sleep in and then you find the ocarina in. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and 100 rupees.
I don't know. Like, I don't know, like, nobody ever mentions that building at all. It's just a building you go to. And yeah, obviously you have to get the ocarina, so...
I got half a heart. I've made some progress toward this, mostly in the form of 400 just handed to me rupees. And these are cheap. I'll just get more. Why not?
I mean, technically every rupee is handed to you because you don't do honest work. You don't really have a job here.
That's fair. I forget what I was gonna do. I gotta go to the desert. We'll try it out. I'm probably not gonna play too much longer. Oops, sorry about that.
The desert, it's a very short area. You know, that reminds me, I was playing 1,000 Year Door the other day, and I was talking to the Jabbies after Chapter 2, and one of them says, like, hey Mario, it's like, are you well off? Is there good money in princess saving? And I don't know, I just find that funny.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could talk to those for the longest time.
Yeah, like, I totally forgot about those things.
Because to be fair, who goes back to the Great Tree for anything? Unless you want to get really cheap mushrooms.
Or you forgot one of the bajillion star pieces hidden behind pipes in there.
This is true. Or didn't feel like going out of your way in the escape sequence.
I mean, I just do that after, like, the chapter. Like, I just go back in the tree and get the panels real quick.
Oh no, I get those during the escape sequence.
I mean, yeah,
What
you have
better do
plenty
I
of
have to
time,
do?
but...
Oh, never got this either. Oh wow, just 50 rupees just sitting here waiting to be picked up. Martha's Bay. Is this adjacent? Yeah, I couldn't cross this before. That makes traversing here a lot easier.
Yeah, the Pegasus Boots dash jump is 3 tiles wide that you can clear.
Okay, hold on. Let's actually look at that map. Let me see here. Where can I zoom? Oh, I can zoom. Oh, it's not incredibly obvious which way I would go in. It kind of looks like I would access this from here. Oh no, there's a lot of stuff in a row. I can't jump over that, so I guess it must be here. Where am I currently? Here? Yeah, I'll try going from... Where was the other warp point? Not far from there. Stop me if I'm doing something incredibly silly, but
Hey, I don't remember too much, admittedly. It's like, I swear I just remember the desert being close to the shores.
it's not far. It's just in the wrong direction to be useful. Hello. Now that was blocked off by something. Oh, a sign, of course. I definitely don't see any obvious points.
Or maybe the desert's at like the bottom rightmost part of the map. Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, to be fair,
I just remember the desert being at like the bottom part of the screen somewhere.
yeah, this looks more like a desert over here. If we're to be frank, there's even like what looks like a pokey in it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm inclined to just leave this for next time, because I've already been
that's
playing
fair.
for a fair while. So, we've made some progress today. We've uncovered a lot of the map.
And Omni's playing Super Mario Maker 2, apparently.
As one well... The voice actor must have had a fun time with this game.
I know. I do remember, actually, I know where one seashell you can get with the Pegasus boots now is.
Yeah, we'll leave that for next time,
Yeah.
maybe. Do I still have that ferry? I don't think so. Yes, I'll need to find a new one of those. But where would I do that?
Only there was like a fountain of them or something.
Oh, this wasn't it. Dang it. It was somewhere. Just always feels right to end the stream, like back in the town. If for no other reason than I can just go immediately to
Listen to the music or something.
the crane game, like at the start of every new screen.
Yeah. Well, if you go right down south to where the first dungeon is, you can get a seashell there.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, I'll just have to remember that for next time.
Okay, we got this little tiny area. We got this, and then we got tall heights and other assorted mountainry. I don't think I've actually really explored any of this up here. I just peeked my toe in there briefly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, you've seen all of this!
I mean, hey, to be fair though, usually Zelda games like having the mountains be like towards the end of the game.
I mean, I like that better than the whole Kirby and the Amazing Mirror means of like, you've been to this entire area, but you didn't go to the map. That was this one little screen not connected to anything else. Looking at you, Mustard Mountain. Anyway. This has been JDH64. I'll be streaming more of this periodically, but I will probably be streaming Mario Maker at some point soonish, because multiplayer with friends and all of that jazz. I'll see you